Hello, in this CSS video, we're going to learn how to create a button. Buttons are everywhere on our web pages. So it's very important to know how you can create a button and how you can also style your buttons. I'll be teaching you how you can create buttons like those I have on my screen. Later, I'll also be teaching you how to get a hover effect like this and like this. Alright, so if you're excited, just stick around and see how we're going to create these two buttons and then how we can also apply styling to our buttons. Let's get started. Here I have my code editor opened. I created a file called buttons.html. I also created a style document, which is CSS file called style.css, and these files are linked, or they are hooked up with the help of link tag, meaning whatever style I put in this style.css is going to affect our buttons.html. So let's go ahead and see how we write code to create our button. So if you don't know how to create a button, this is how you create a button. A tag in HTML called button. Okay, so just put button like this and then close it. So this is our opening tag and our closing tag of button. After that, we're going to enter the button name here. So I'm going to enter register. So this is going to be a register button, and then I'm going to give my button a class. So I'll give it a class like this, and it's going to have a class of, or a class called register like this, hyphen button, this way. Please, let's create our second button. So less than, and then we enter our tag for button like this, and then we close it this way. Please, we'll enter the name for our button. So we'll put login. Okay, login button. Please, let's give our button a class, because this is going to help us style our buttons, okay, individually. So this is going to be a login button. So this is the name of the class I'm giving to this button. So login button, this way. Good. So now we're going to be targeting these classes. Okay, so the first class we are going to target is our register button. So I'll just copy it, but before that, we'll go back to our web browser and then see how our buttons look like. So this is how our buttons look like currently on our web browser. This is the default look of our buttons. Okay, so we're going to start applying style to our buttons. So how do we do that? We can achieve it through CSS. So I'll take you back there, and then I'll take you to style.css. After you copy your class name, which is your first button, register dash button, and then I'll take you there, and then we're going to put dot, and then we'll put class name here like this. So the first styling I'm going to be giving to my button is, we're going to be giving it a font size. Okay, so we want our button to look bigger, so let's put font size. Let's put font size, and then I'm going to give it 15 pixels like this. Now let's go there and you see how it looks. Now let me reset my browser and now reload. Now you can see this button looks bigger than this one. Okay, good. So let's go. I'm going to give it a background color. So let's put background color, and then I'm going to give it green color like this, and then let's go back to our browser and then see, and as you can see, green has been applied to our button, but you can see there's a default border which is like black. Okay, Let me show you. You can see there's a default border which is surrounding our button, which is black. So we're going to clear that border, that default border. So just put border, okay? So just put border, and then here just put none, okay? None. Now when I take it back to our web browser and then reload, you can see the border has been removed, okay? That's the default border. So next up, we're going to give it a border radius. So give it a border radius, border, and then radius of something like 10 pixels. And then let me show you how that looks. Reload, and now it's having this curvy edges, okay? Good. So next up, we're going to give it our text, okay? The text has black color, so let's give it white. So give it color. So to apply color to your text, just put color, and then put our color here, which is white, like this. Excellent. And then we check, and as you can see, it's having white color, text color, okay? Next, we're going to give it a padding. So padding is the space inside. So I'm going to give it padding, and padding will be having something like 15 pixels. So 15 pixels, top and bottom, and then something like 30 pixels left and right, okay? Like this. Now let's check. Reload, and now I can see 15 pixel top and bottom, 30 pixel right and left. Good. Next, let's work on our second button, which is our login button, which is here, this one. So we simply come down and then go to buttons.html and then target or copy our last name like this. Just copy it. Go back to CSS and then please put brackets and then paste the name of your class this way. And the same thing, we are going to be applying these styling to our second button, but we will be changing the background color of this button to something like red. Now let's go to our web browser, reload, and our second button is here, okay? So next up, we are going to apply maybe margin to our buttons so that they will push down a little bit, but this is not necessary, okay? It's not necessary for now. The next thing we're going to be doing is to add hover effects to our buttons. So I'll simply copy my first button, which is my class, copy, and then I'll come down and then paste my class here, which is for our register button, and then we'll put hover as effect. So this is a hover effect this way, and this means anytime someone hovers on it, we want this particular piece of code to be executed. So we want our background color to change from that green to something like light blue, okay? So something like light blue, and at the same time we want our text color to change from that white to black, okay? So just put color to what? Black, this way. Now let's try it out. Reload. Now hover on it. Like I see, background color has changed and the text color too has changed to black. Next up, we will be working on our login button. So I simply copy my class for the login and then come down and then we'll paste it here, and then we're going to give it a hover effect. So on hover like this, and then we're going to give it background color. So let me just copy what is here and then change the values. So I just copy and paste, and then I'll change this from light blue to black. That means when I hover on it, it will change from this red to black, and then my text color, I want it to remain as white. So you can even put the white there, or you can also leave it like this. Now back to our web browser, reload this page. Now hover on it, black, and the color is still white. Now you can see. Good. So that is it, guys. Very simple. So that's how you create buttons in CSS and how you can also style your buttons. Hope this lecture has been helpful to you. If you're excited, consider joining this community of web developers, and then we share our experiences. Hoping to see you in my next episode. Take care.